like what we're going to see on the first game. So, don't overreact too much, Bama fans, okay? Now, with this defense, I'm just going to talk about the spring game itself. I'm not going to talk about what I think is going to look like for the season. Just the spring game itself, that defense, the swarm defense, it was missing a lot of tackles, man. So what I want to know, where does this swarm defense come from? Is the swarm defense in the room with us right now? Because I didn't really see too much see ball, get ball out there. Again, I understand it was very early and coach said they were playing vanilla, and that's cool. But I at least wanted to see some flashes of that swarm defense, because are y'all swarming like wasp and bees, or you're swarming like gnats and flies around crap? Because that's what it was given to me. All those missed tackles and no forced fumbles or nothing. Whatever. But again, I'm not going to put too much into it. Overall, our future looks bright. The Alabama Crimson Tide future looks bright. Coach DeBoer's approach towards the team, I wanted to see a little more aggressiveness. That's just me, though. I'm not sitting there in spring practice. I don't have the insight. I don't know. I'm just going by what I saw at the spring practice. That's it. Because I know a lot of y'all be getting a little sensitive when anybody say anything opposed to what the masses think. I'm just saying, for me, I wanted to see him get in their butt a little bit. But Milroe was getting in their butt, because they was dropping passes and things like that. So we'll see. I want the standard to remain the standard. I don't want everything to change so much because it's a new system. Let's stick with some of the things that work, because we got national championships from being who we are, not changing too much. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So yeah, but I think the future is bright. I think we're gonna be fine. We're gonna have to score a lot of points. We're gonna score a lot of points. If that defense doesn't get up to par, we're gonna have to score a lot of points. Me personally, is reminiscent. Our offense is going to be reminiscent of what we had when we had Tua. Now it's going to look different. It's going to look different with Milroe back there handling that ball. But as far as points scored, I feel like it's going to be something like that, because Jeremy Bernard, that guy is a monster. Of course, I know you heard all about it. I know you seen the highlights. I know you streamed the spring game. That guy is special. And then we got Ryan Williams coming in. We're going to score a lot of points. And I know college football now, especially in the SEC, it's all about the defense, but offense makes the game very exciting. I enjoyed the fast drives that we had in the beginning of the spring game. I like that. But I also like defense. Now, I want us to get some stops. So I'm interested to see where we're going to go, but I think we're going to be fine, Alabama fans. I think we're going to be fine. And I'm not concerned in the slightest. Now, after about the third game, if I don't see that famous swarm defense that they've been talking about, then I might have a few concerns. But as of right now, I don't have any concerns. This spring game is just something for us to talk about and make content about. And, it is what it is. So don't read too much into it. Don't take too much away from it. Just leave it at the balance. Just balance it out and take it for what it is. It is what it is. But I thoroughly enjoyed myself. I met a lot of great content creators, a lot of people that you guys probably follow on social media and on YouTube and on Twitter. I met those guys in person. I met Justin Riley from the Bama Standard. I sat in on their live show, and it was awesome. The energy at the Bryant Museum was great with all the fans there. I've even met some people who were fans of my show who walked up to me and asked for a picture, and I think that's great. So hello to you, Aaron, and your wonderful, beautiful wife. Thank you guys for watching this show and subscribing. And I met JT, a Super Bama fan. Met him. Cool guy. Make sure that you guys follow him. I'm going to put everybody's Twitter handle at the bottom so you guys can follow everybody. I even met the host of Herb and Raj podcast. Of course, Sports Talking with JB, met them. I even met Coach Smook and Kyle Henderson that they was passing by. Everybody was just so awesome. It was so cool because it was kind of like we've been knowing each other this whole time because it's like family. When everybody's doing Alabama content, you all got a lot in common. So, it wasn't like we were meeting strangers at all. Just met all the great content creators everybody who just makes Bama content. I am for supporting everybody. We all need to support each other because we are all uplifting the Bama brand. And I really, it was just really great to see everybody in person. Unfortunately, I didn't get to meet everybody that I normally interact with on social media. And I'm sure I'll see you guys at the game at some point. But overall, it was a great experience. My very first A-Day. I really had a lot of fun. I cannot wait until the season starts so we can get that energy, feel that vibe, go into the season with just high hopes. And hopefully they can stay that way. There were some things that I heard, Coach DeBoer talking about. He pretty much asked his opinion on what he thought about the Alabama fans and the energy compared to, the previous schools that he's been to. And, he kind of, he didn't want to say anything, obviously, disrespectful to Washington or Sioux Falls, wherever he was before. He was like, well, football is football. But, of course, the energy is great. I can't wait to game day where you feel the energy and have the fans screaming and loud and things like that. So, that's what I'm looking forward to hearing his opinion on. I can't wait till he gets to actually experience a night game in Bryant-Denny or even just any game in Bryant-Denny and hear those 100,000 fans screaming at the top of their lungs, cheering for Alabama when we get a touchdown or whatever, so he can really understand what football means to Alabama fans. I don't really think sometimes, I feel like he doesn't really grasp it because maybe it's just because of how his personality is. He's just a nonchalant guy. He just kind of like, he's very confident. I like his calm confidence he has. He has a very quiet assassin type thing going on with him because he's out there recruiting on the recruiting trail and he's hitting it hard. But you would never know just by his demeanor because he's just so cool. And Nick Saban was cool too, but Nick Saban was aggressive. Coach Kalen DeBoer, he has his different type of aggression, but he just so cool and laid back. And sometimes when they ask him about, how does it feel to be down here in the SEC and the passion that he sees from the fans, he's like, oh yeah, it's great. It's kind of like G Willikers. These guys are great. And sometimes I be wanting more passion from him. But, that's because I'm an SEC fan and I know how we get crazy. But I'm really interested to I want to see that passion from him because I know he got it because I saw him when he was at Washington. I saw him have that passion. So, and I think, I don't even know if it really set in for me that we have a new coach because I don't know if the connection is all the way there. I think that's why I say I really want to see more because I don't really feel a connection to Kalen DeBoer. Now, some of US fans probably do. You probably feel a connection. But for me, I guess it kind of feels like A-Day was like a family reunion, like I said. And Coach Kalen DeBoer is kind of like our stepdaddy, right? We had our daddy, Nick Saban, for 17 years, and now our parents got a divorce. Alabama football is the mother and Nick Saban was the daddy and our parents divorced. And now we got a stepdaddy that's coming in. And we don't really know him like that. So we got to get to know him. And then at the family reunion, you got all your cousins and your nephews and your aunties. Everybody got to meet the new stepdaddy to see if we really like him like that. But the connection isn't there. But we got all these months in between to get to know him, for the connection to feel like it's there, for the nucleus to start to build so we can really get to know our coach and say, hey, this is Coach Kalen DeBoer's program. Coach Kalen DeBoer is Alabama football. That's what I want to get to that point of. I want it to be to the point where we see Coach Kalen DeBoer and we say, that's Alabama football. That's the Alabama head coach, Kalen DeBoer. Kalen DeBoer is the Alabama Crimson Tide. That's what I want to be able to see when I look at him. I don't want to look at Kalen DeBoer and say ex-Washington coach because sometimes it kind of feels like that, right? It doesn't really feel like he is really Alabama's coach. It's kind of just like he took over the Alabama program, not really that he kind of fits into the Alabama program. But not to say that he can't, because I believe that he can. We got to, again, it's only been a little while. It's been since January 10th. We only in April. But by the time the season starts, I think we're going to be good and settled, especially when he come out of that tunnel with the team for the first time during the first game. I think it's going to start really feeling real, and we're going to get real comfortable up in there in the SEC and in the nation. That's all I got for you. Again, if you were at A-Day, let me know what you think about it in the comments. How do you feel about the future? Did you like it? Did you dislike it? What was your highlights? Who was the best QB? You see, I didn't even get into that because I know how y'all get. I ain't got no opinion on the QB, okay? I have no opinion. None. All right? We going to see in the fall. Whoever take that snap on the first game, which is probably going to be Miro, that's who we ride with, okay? For me, it looked like Miro probably edged him out. But other than that, I ain't got no opinion on it. But we'll see. So, Bama Nation, thank y'all for watching. Make sure that you like, share, and subscribe this video. And most importantly, like this video so we can get in the algorithm, okay? Leave a comment. Thank y'all so much for watching, and roll tide.